Probably one of the funniest moments of this trip so far was seeing Martin chat with a guy called Henk, who is a man that runs this campsite, which is literally a 7 to 8 minute walk through that gate to the Efteling. And here we are, we've got Theme Park Worldwide tent erecting services, abroad style. Not too bad. This one's got a little porch on this one, look at that. Everyone's at home thinking, why do they need this many tents? There's only 3 of them. Oh, there you go, it was about 20 euros to stay here for the night, so not too bad, nice and close to the park. Of course, the park does have its own accommodation, which is a bit more expensive. They've got the little village and they've got the hotel. But this is a very different way of ending the trip. Hopefully we'll get a bit of sleep. Hopefully it won't rain too much. And we're on some quite soft ground here. We've got my sleeping bag, got my sleeping accommodation. So yeah, there we go. Tents erected. Well, facilities just over there as well. Welcome to the Enchanted Village. Or the Efteling version of the Enchanted Village anyway. This is actually some of their on-site accommodation now. They've got a hotel which is around the other side of the park, and we've got this place just here which is literally a like a holiday village style thing. These look like it looks like a village with houses in, and yeah, you can actually hire these for the night, which is quite a quirky little idea. I mean, they're not very, what's the word? In terms of theme, I think the Enchanted Village is actually better. Like, yeah, this has got a bit more trees and a bit more sort of character with the buildings and stuff. But the Enchanted Village has got a very more magical feel. I mean, this just looks a bit like, you know, a standard town centre, doesn't it? But they've got a pizza box there. So there's got to be something around here. Oh, that's a very similar play area to the Enchanted Village. But yeah, we're just looking to see if there's like a bar or a main sort of hub area, just to sort of see what it looks like, really. But yeah, it's the Efteling Borisk or something it's called.
There's a castle over here.
Can't pronounce it very well. There's a castle. Oh, here we go. That's the main hub then. Let's go and have a look. Look at this. We've got some misters. We've got some theming with him. We found a main sort of building. We found one down a bit further down there, but there wasn't really any facilities in it, so we found one a bit further up. But these ones are nice. Now that looks lovely opposite the lake, and got all the little lights in there, the little owl.
I bet these ones cost a bit more than the other ones by the looks of it.
Look at this.
I don't know.
Imagine sitting out there at night
These
after a day on the
like
park.
Premium lodges. Don't know.
Yeah, because these are nice, and you know, look at that. You got a nice bit of theming in the middle with all the little lights in. Look, that's lovely. So we've found the bar, and I've got some internet, so I'll give you a behind the scenes look. With it being the 5th year of Theme Park Worldwide, and there's Christmas music on, I'll tell you why in a minute. Here we go, we've got the vlog uploading. This is actually the Wallaby Belgium vlog that's uploading. So you might have watched that one already, with this being our last vlog, the Efteling vlog, but there you go, there's a preview. This is where the vlog was uploaded. And talking of vlogs, and with it being the 5th year of Theme Park Worldwide, and how much the channel has moved on, I was just having a little talk about Disneyland Paris, and it made me think about the first ever vlog on the channel, which was from Disneyland Paris. And one of the other vlogs a bit further down the line was actually from Portaventura at Christmas, and it makes me smile. This is why I do the vlog. It's not just for you guys, it's so I can sit here and watch them back and look at the memories, and I look back on some of these trips and think, you know, it's amazing. One day, maybe later this year, and I will. So I'm going to promise this to you now, guys. I'm going to go through every vlog, over 160 of them, and I'm going to find the highlights from all of them and put them in one big video to celebrate the 5th anniversary. I think that'd be really good. I'm going to go through them all and find out the bestest moments from all of them and put them into one massive compilation video. You alright there? Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube. Check it out. Enjoy your beer. Cheers.
Nearly 45,000 subscribers
so
now.
At the end of the day, you know,
Nearly 45,000
it's nice looking
now.
back on stuff like this and thinking, you know what, this is the memories that I have with my friends, and you know, and that pretty much sums up our day.
Proud presenter.
It sums up our day here at Efteling. And of course, I'm going to carry on vlogging tomorrow on the park, and it's going to carry on in this vlog. But I'm going to ask these guys what their YouTube
Theme Park
Worldwide. On the there it is.
There you go.
There you go. We're having an emotional moment.
Watch yourself back. You'll be on the video.
There you go. I'm going to ask these guys what they thought to the Efteling. Obviously, we're going to carry on tomorrow and see some of the things we haven't seen. But it's been a brilliant day today. We're going to wrap it up here for today. So, Martin, thoughts on the Efteling?
I love it. Oh my god, just from driving into the resort or the park, alright, I immediately fell in love with it just from how they've got it organised in terms of parking up your car, alright. For me, your experience starts from driving into the resort, alright, and immediately it ticks the boxes, just like I fell in love with it when I first drove to Europa Park. For me, this is the best park of the trip that we've done. All the 7 parks that we've done.
The question is, why is it the best
days.
park? What makes it for you? What are the highlights of this park?
The magical feeling as you're walking around, the space, the sheer massiveness of the park. Obviously, it's so much bigger than Europa. It's so much bigger than Alton Towers.
You can fit Europa and Alton Towers both next to each other inside this place. It's massive.
It's absolutely huge.
It's massive.
The sheer size of it, it's just absolutely immense. And obviously, when you've got that sort of size, that means that it's very hard to get overcrowding. And that's what I like. I don't like an overcrowded theme park.
It's a
where you can't,
lot of land.
When you're like sardines and you're walking around at like Alton Towers fireworks, it's not very nice, is it?
It's not.
And no, exactly.
Well, there you go. Name me 3 rides that stand out to you from this park in order of your favourite out of the 3 to the least favourite of your 3.
Okay. Baron.
At number 1.
At number 1.
Baron Akkenakkenakenen.
Yep.
Achtenakkenakenen. I'm getting there, guys. Is that how you say 1898? Say it for me, go on.
1890.
Oh, okay. I think I'm doing it better than that. Carry on.
DBH.
Yes.
Second.
So, the Flying Dutchman.
Yep. And number 3, Jorak.
Joris, you like
Yeah,
Joris.
Joris.
Good Woody. But there you go. So overall, and the dark rides are spectacular.
They are.
Carnival Festival is fantastic. We love that one. And Dreamflight is just beautiful. Fata Morgana is fantastic inside. And the scenes are so good to look at. And they're so oldie worldy, but they very well looked after. Villa Volta, the first ever Vekoma Madhouse. It's a lot of firsts at this park. And this time I've really been able to appreciate what the Efteling is all about. So.
And it's a great place to bring your kids on holiday, and if you want to take them camping, it's not far from the UK, only 3 hours drive from
and it's not
Calais.
far from a campsite. Where we're sat now, our campsite's literally 5 minutes walk down out here, so in the evening you can come here and use the bandwidth, and get some vlogs online for you guys, and also buy a drink so you don't look like we're just trying to use the Wi-Fi. Joe, what about you for Efteling?
Yeah, I love it. It's very picturesque, very nice to look at.
She is beautiful.
But there is some sides that I kind of don't understand as such.
There's a lot about this place I still don't understand.
Yeah, it's kind of a very strange park in terms of there's no themed areas as such. I mean, it's all quite samey. I mean, there is a few themed areas. Obviously, you've got the sort of Indian temple themed area, and then you've got
different as a
sort of like a Mexican themed area. It all very much still sticks on this whole magical
fantasy, mystery style
enchanting
park.
theme. And I just kind of, I don't know.
And you'll see more of that tomorrow as we step into the forest and we have a look around the forest and sort of see what that area is all about.
And that's why I like it. It's different.
What are your top 3 rides at Efteling?
Probably the Flying Dutchman's number 1.
Flying Dutchman, a very good choice with its stunning effects.
Purely just for the effects inside. And
Come back.
yeah, come back. Exactly.
Come back.
No, not saying come back because the manufacturer's saying come back to that guy over there. I want another drink.
And then probably Baron 1898 after that.
Achtenakenen.
Yeah.
He is going to have to come back.
You like that, don't you? Yeah.
Achtenakenen.
Yeah. Number
And then
3.
probably George and the Dragon then.
There you go. For me, the best ride of today has been Baron 1898, or Achthenen, as I think. It's an absolutely fantastic experience, a really good ride. In second place, then I think for me as an attraction, Ravelin. I love Ravelin to bits. I think that is a gorgeous park show. It's stunning, and yeah, the overall.
It's not a ride, Sean.
As an attraction, you know. In terms of rides, I don't rate the Flying Dutchman and Joris. I like the Flying Dutchman's theming, but as a ride, without the theming, then it doesn't really do much for me. But for me, Baron 1898 and Ravelin are the two best things inside that park. And tomorrow, we'll go back in, we'll look around some of the other beautiful areas and really appreciate the park. Going off what Joe said, I felt exactly like Joe does today, last time when I was here at the first time at this park. And now, I sort of got to understand it. Maybe it takes a second visit to understand more about what the Efteling's all about. So tomorrow I look forward to going around. We're going to have a good look around some of the different things, not just the rides. We're going to do some of the little boat attractions, have a little walk around the forest of enchantment, sort of see all the different effects and little shows there is going on around there, and just discover what the Efteling's all about. It's been a really nice evening sitting here using the Wi-Fi to get the vlogs online for you guys. And yeah, it's also beautiful scenery, but it's also great Wi-Fi. So there you go, that wraps up this evening. Then we're going to go and get some sleep after they've used the Wi-Fi. And then, have another beer. And we'll see you, you have another beer, I'll have another Fanta Orange. And we'll see you back in the Efteling for a few more hours of fun tomorrow. So good night, sleep well, and yeah, hashtag great Wi-Fi. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Let's reminisce on some more theme park worldwide memories. Totally awesome, dude. Hello, dudes and dudettes. Want to ride some tasty waves? It's day 2 here at the Efteling with Sean, Joe, and Martin. Yeah, rock on, dudes. So as the wannabe crush just mentioned, welcome to our second day here at Efteling. It's going to be a short sort of end to the vlog where we're just going to have a look around at some of the attractions that we missed yesterday. We're going to start off with Spook Slot, which is an indoor haunted house with some really nice theming. It's not a dark ride as such that you sit on a transit system and it moves you round. But yeah, it's quite weird, this one. And then we're going to go and have a good look around the forest and go and see all the different features that really make Efteling what it is. So. Very atmospheric in here, it's very dark. How are you finding Spook Slot, Joe?
What have we walked into?
It's a very strange ride with animatronics, and I think this is Efteling's way of showing off what animatronics they can do. I mean, you know, it looks very pretty, and you've got all the different scenes, the gravestones, and again, it's a very magical way of looking at something haunted. Wow, that is so strange, but I can understand when that attraction back opened, you know, in 1978, that dates back to. Back then, that ride was built to sort of attract more people to the park due to declining numbers. And that's fantastic, a fact that I've just found out, actually. I mean, you know, to think that back then, something like that would be amazing to see, all the animatronics, all the music, all the atmosphere.
I am guessing they have updated it.
You know, yeah, Martin's got something to say about it. I don't think they will have. I think that was the whole idea of it, you know. It's why people still to this day cherish it, because of if it wasn't for some of the animatronics in that attraction, we might not have seen.
It must have been updated since that year.
I reckon all that's added, like LED lighting effects and a few little things, you know. Bear in mind, you know.
I can't imagine they could do stuff like that in 1978.
If Disney could in the 1950s, then, you know, Efteling could in the 1970s, you know. But I'm sure that it has had some changes and updates over the years, but I don't think anything too drastic. That felt very classic, and Last time I
That
just
is
thought it
the
was strange.
weirdest
but
thing I've ever done in a theme park, I think.
It's strange. It's definitely a contender for me. It's one of the weirdest.
It's more of a like haunted musical than it is a haunted ride.
They should call it the Haunted Musical, shouldn't they, really?
It's a bit misleading calling it. What was it called? That
Spook Slot, Haunted House. So
Yeah.
Fans of Jonathan Creek in the UK, you will love that, purely just because it's got the music from Jonathan Creek in it.
there you go. But yeah, strange attraction. Right, we're now going into. It's crazy, this guy. We're now going into the Fairy Tale Forest, which now this is what started the Efteling. This is the place what last time I didn't really get to see as much of. So the rest of this vlog is really going to be us exploring around there and seeing what really makes the Efteling the magical theme park that it is. You know, this looks absolutely stunning. It's all around the back here. It's a massive area of the park, and yeah, we're going to get some fries. We're going to get some pommes, and then we're going to go inside some Pom Beasley specials. So, and we'll see you in the forest, which is literally through this gate. Let's go. So we're just inside Diorama, which is this beautiful model railway. Look at all this set, all this theming, look. I actually used to have a Hornby railway in my loft, and it's kind of still there, and it was an ongoing project, but due to other commitments like filming videos for you guys and doing a bit of DJing in my spare time, unfortunately, you know, that has to go on the back burner, at least for now, until one day I get my own property. And maybe, I don't know, the model railway might come back out.
This one's for you, Tom Poynton.
Tom Poynton, if you're watching, yeah, there we go. We've seen a Tom Poynton lookalike while we were here, actually, the other day. See, this is beautiful. Efteling is not just about the rides. You can stand in here and sit there in a train carriage, look at an authentic train carriage, and look at that, you've even got a little poma going up the lift hill, look. There you go. Little poma going up the side, nice little cable car. Look at that. And that's Symbolica on top. I will be back in 2017 to come and see Symbolica and again see more of the Efteling. Still more that I won't have seen this trip, and I'll go and find that and discover that. So much to discover at this park. Beautiful that is. Little fairground there, look. And apparently there's an indoor carousel somewhere around here that I've been really looking forward to get back on and riding since our last visit, and unfortunately I missed out on the indoor carousel. So I'm going to go and have a look at that. Carousel. So this is it, we're going into the Fairy Tale Forest. I mean, this is going to remind sort of any guys that have watched the vlog from Europa Park about the area around Arthur and the Minimoys Kingdom, the whole sort of area there, yeah, Fall Holler. Yeah. You know, it's that sort of style. When me and Dean was here last year, you know, we didn't really get to appreciate this as much. But this is old, this is what started the Efteling. This is a very authentic experience, and it's a footpath that goes all the way around this whole area. It's quite a big area. There's quite a lot to see, animatronics and various different things as we go around in here. So
I bet if you listen to all the shows in here, though, it'd take you a long time.
a day probably,
Yeah.
or a good portion of your day. I mean, you know, it's beautiful. You can see why people adore this park, and the carousel area around there. You know, the carousel looks really nice, all the lights, and it's a very authentic experience. It's beautiful. It's a very beautiful park. Just gonna have a little look around the forest. Going for a look in this old crooked house. Got some animatronics in here by the looks of it. Let's go and have a look. Oh wow. Little record player. Wake up! Wake up! Oh, he's fast asleep over there, look. Sleep tight. So the good thing about the fairy tale forest is it's in all different languages as well, which is good. Obviously we've got the English just here, the 6 servants. It tells you all about all the different scenes that's going on. It's a very sort of iconic character at Efteling. His head lifts up and pokes straight through here, through the trees, and from the main path just behind there. You can also see that as well, which is quite a nice little touch. So many little details in this area that's really nice. So a little bit more about the history of the fairy tale forest for you guys. Now I might have mentioned earlier in the vlog that Efteling was started because of this. And with it being a nature park from 1950, in 1952 is when actually Efteling officially opened with just the fairy tale forest where we are today. The fact that since 1952 some of this stuff has been standing is fantastic, and they're always looking to keep this things fresh and update the scenes, much like Pinocchio just here, which is one of 25 scenes throughout the fairy tale forest. For 2016 this has been completely redone around here, so we got a little house just here, we got a big animatronic there with a water fountain at the top, and it's nice to think that they keep this place fresh. But the fact that the park over the years has expanded from this 1952, a footpath with some fairy tales, to being a massive full-blown amusement park as it is today, one of the biggest parks in Europe. Well, the biggest park in Europe in terms of space, and it's just crazy to think that it all started with a footpath, someone's imagination, and let's create some fairy tales. I think that's fantastic, and we should really take this in, appreciate the fact that if it wasn't for this forest, we wouldn't be standing in the park we are today. There's me. It's nice how they keep things fresh and updated. Thank you. Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube.
Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube.
This one's really good, so as soon as someone tries to get the gold out of the treasure chest, the dragon comes down and tries to grab it. It's quite a nice one. Hello. I'm known as Dr. Goatman here at the Haunting at Drayton Manor Park. The name's Goatman, Dr. Goatman.
Pink flower bag.
Kijk, je wat ze in de klomp verstopt, zie je die? Kijk eens op de zijde.
Ja, ik ga niet hier kijken.
I can't believe this. If you've watched the Europa Park vlog, you'll know how Valhalla shakes a feather bed and we have a snow machine. We've got the same here. Not quite as much snow and you can't get under this one, but look at that. I can't believe it. Europa Park did completely rip this area off, didn't they, when they built their forest on the way to Arthur. Look at that, there you go. I think we need some more fluids. Oh my god. And the best thing is it's even called Valhalla, whereas Europa's is called Valhalla. I can't believe it. See you later, put your feather bed away, shut your flaps up. Bye. Can't believe that. Now this is crazy, watch, and then out he comes. Yeah. Oh my god. Pay for your souvenir, you put your money in, then his tail lifts up and something comes out. Ready? Hey, there you go.
Ja, Febo, doe maar.
Only in Holland. Snow White's a really nice scene actually. In a proper little cave area and some really nice animatronics there as well. Nice and low down to the ground, so the kids can see. You know, you got the big windows just here, and makes it nice and easy for the kids to be able to sort of see what's going on, which is nice. It's a massive area, this though. Now that is probably the best animatronic in the area. Look at that. Look at that peacock. I reckon there's someone around here with a little remote control, controlling the device. Or it's real. Look at that. That is a good peacock. His legs move and everything. Look at that.
Oh, I hate peacocks.
Look at that. It's looking at you. It's opening its wings. It's saying, "Come in, Martin.
Oh,
come and
I
get
just
me."
hate how it looks like lots of eyes. I don't like peacocks.
It's looking at you. Beautiful. Don't get too close, mate. Don't get too close. As the animatronic will shut off. There's a sensor somewhere around here. So if you get too close to it, it shuts off. That pigeon, yeah, animatronic pigeon, only at Efteling. This place is amazing. Not only has it got animatronic peacocks, it's also got a ball that just floats on water. Look at that. Amazing, I've never seen anything quite like it. That's brilliant. Look at that. I suppose did this maybe inspire Aquanura?
Fell into the castle pond with a big splash. The young girl was inconsolable in exchange for her friendship. A fat, ugly frog dived for the ball. However, the princess did not keep her word and would not let the frog into the castle. Her wise father insisted that she
There we go, look.
keep her promise.
That is a really nice effect. I like that.
Ivy creature was allowed to sleep in the princess's bed and would receive a goodnight kiss.
Oh, I want a kiss from the frog.
And the frog turned into a handsome young prince.
And here he is. The handsome young prince.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you. How nice of you.
This reminds me of Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room a little bit. In the tiki room, in the tiki room, all the birds sing words and the flowers grew. In the tiki room.
Nee, dat is ongepast. Ja. Nee, ik weet het. Weten jullie het ook, jongens en meisjes? Vingers in de lucht.
Jongens en meisjes, wie weet wat prinses Assenpoester verloor om 12 uur?
Ja, nou weet ik. Wat is een meldje toch, jongens en meisjes?
Dat is het.
Wij weten het.
Oh.
Mogen we het samen zeggen?
Nou, zeg het maar.
Ik tel tot...
Van Roodkapje en Kleintuin. Natuurlijk. En omdat ze niet kon stoppen met lachen, verbrak ze de betovering.
Here he is. You might remember him from the last vlog, last July when me and Dean were here. It's the he's got his little instrument out, look. So he's flying all the way across there on his magic carpet. Then he goes inside here, and then he's going to open his door. And he's going to play his instrument again, and then he goes back across that way. Really do like the fairy tale forest there. It's very enchanting, magical experience, and the fact that the Efteling started here, you know, is brilliant. Obviously, a lot of the scenes have been updated over the years in terms of the audio and technology and things, and you can tell that. But it's great how they've kept it up to date and they've kept it expanding. Here you go. Playing a bit now there, look. What a guy.
Dit is het. Wat ik ooit heb gehoord. halen zijn drank en zong voor de keizer.
Absolute delight the fairy tale forest was. I understand it a lot more now after going around it this time, and we spent nearly an hour and a half walking around there. Bear in mind we didn't watch each scene in full as well. That is a day if you want to spend the whole day in there and watch every scene in full. There's so many nice little areas, and this area I've never even been in before. We've got a little monorail just above us, some nice buildings, again with loads of interactive things. 2 days really is not enough, or as we've had this trip, a day and a half, you know, it's really not enough to see the full potential of this park. Look, it's like a big playground area, this. Nice buildings, nice architecture. Did you guys enjoy the fairy tale forest?
I did. My legs are hurting.
A lot of walking.
I recommend buying a bottle of water before you go through.
Yeah, there's only one shop I saw when we were in there. Oh, big bell. Yeah, enjoy it, Joe?
Yeah, really interesting.
Some of the stuff is a bit strange, but
this park really is huge.
it is massive, isn't it? Like, look at this. I've never even seen this before. It's my 5th day I've had here, you know, in a year, 2 years. That pretty much sums up our trip to Efteling. It's been nice today to look around some of the bits what, you know, you wouldn't normally expect to see in a theme park. And like, I know I'm going to get comments on this vlog and people are going to say, Sean, you've still not seen this and you've still not seen that. This place is huge, and next year I'll be back for at least 2 or 3 days yet again to come and see even more of this park and come and see the brand new dart ride, Symbolica, which is going to be in the centre of this park. Can't wait to come back and see that, and I'll be here next summer when they announce an opening date for that. As close to the opening date as possible, or even the opening date potentially, all depending what it ties with. But just little things like that is really nice, and this is the sort of part that one day I look forward to bringing my kids to, and you know, sort of letting them run free in this park. And yes, they might not understand the language, but I think a little child would really still enjoy walking around and seeing all the buildings. And it's just, when you're a child, it's a very special place. I take it that's the cue for the monorail, so it doesn't look like we're going to be riding that this trip. So next time, that's something what I'll definitely come and do, along with the boat rides. There's a couple of boat rides, there's a vintage car ride, the train ride around the park. Still so much to see at this park. It has been absolutely fantastic. It's been a long vlog, the longest vlog we've actually had, you know, on the trip. It's been fantastic, really, really good. I hope you've enjoyed it. We're going to make our way to the entrance before we leave this park, and I think that pretty much wraps up Efteling for us this time round, and our final park of our 9-day European mega trip on Theme Park Worldwide. Anyone who's watched every vlog to get to this point and done a TPW vlog marathon, well done, because you've watched around 8 hours worth of us just talking about theme parks and roller coasters, and I don't know how you managed to do it, so congratulations if you made it to this point. If you've just watched this vlog and none of the other ones, and if you're watching maybe from Holland, hello, welcome to the channel. Make sure you check out our other vlogs where we went to lots of other theme parks, all within the local area. So make sure you do check that out. Beautiful park, the Efteling. And so it comes to the end of a magical journey through 7 different theme parks across 9 days. The point of no return. the ferry back to the UK. But it's been a fantastic trip. We've done 5 parks that I've never done before, which has been fantastic to sort of see. We've been through 4 different countries. We've travelled over 1,500 miles. It has been an epic adventure, and if you've watched all of the 7 different vlogs, then congratulations. If this is the first one and you've skipped all the way through to the end just till this bit, then go back, watch all the others. We've had some fantastic moments. We started the trip off on the ferry coming over with a nice shot of the wonderful English Channel, and then we came into the first park of Plopsaland. We moved on from there to Wallaby, Belgium and Wallaby, Holland as part of the Wallaby Weekender, and then we moved on to go and do Movie Park, Germany. Then we went to Toverland. Then we went to Phantasialand. Then we went to Efteling. I got it right. It's been a big trip, and I've never done a trip quite this big throughout Europe. It's been fantastic. But first off, what do you think to the Efteling?
I love the Efteling. That one is my number 1 park in Europe after Europa.
So it's your number 2
it's my
park.
number 1 park of the trip.
There you go. And what was your favourite ride at Efteling?
Baron, Achtenukenum.
There you go. It's a gorgeous park though, isn't it? And
it is a gorgeous park, and it's just different, and I think that's why I like it. And it's big, and it's spread out, and there's lots of space, and I like that, even though my legs don't like it.
it's a big park. There you go. Joe, what did you think to Efteling?
I love the way it looks, and it's, you know, a great park to look around. Really nice to look at. I'm just not sure if it's entirely for me.
It's a very magical park and something very different.
I like my separate themed areas. I'm very much, you know, I think that started off with me being very obsessed in a way with Portaventura and their themed areas, and then obviously Europa Park has spanned off from that, and they're very clearly themed areas, whereas I feel that Efteling is very much about fairy tales and that sort of thing, and that's pretty much really it as such. But it's a beautiful park. I can see why people absolutely love it.
It's one of people's favourite park in Europe. I mean, I really enjoy it as a park. Is it one of my favourite in Europe? No, it's not. But it's a really enjoyable park. Baron 1898 and Ravelin are my 2 favourite things there. I think it's a really nice show, Ravelin. Baron's fantastic. Yes, the coaster itself hasn't got a lot of force, but in terms of the experience, it's great. And Efteling's a beautiful part to go to for the experience. You know you're going for fairy tales, and as you saw a few minutes ago in the sort of latter part of this vlog, when we went all around the fairy tale forest, and I understood Efteling a lot more this time, whereas last time I really struggled to understand what the park was about. But yeah, it's been really good. But of course, with this being the last vlog of the sort of mega trip, I'm now going to sum up basically everything what we've done and these guys' favourite rides out of everything you've seen in the vlogs. So obviously we've had 7 vlogs. This is vlog number 7. We've just done our last park. Obviously they're all brand new parks for these guys. You know my thoughts, you know what my favourite rides are out there. You know, so there's a Chapass and Black Mamba at Phantasialand, Efteling, Baron 1898, and you know, the Flying Dutchman being some of my favourites. Other favourite rides for me have got to be the newer rides that I've done. My favourite rides are Troy. Love Troy, fantastic wooden roller coaster, one of the best out there that I've ever done, if not the best wooden roller coaster I've ever done, definitely in Europe. Brilliant ride. Also I enjoyed Van Helsing's Factory at Movie Park. That's a ride that stands out a lot for me. Lost Gravity, Pulsar. We've done so many rides, but I've asked these guys a tough question. Top 3 rides of the trip for Mr. Martin Hotwood, everybody.
Number 1, Goliath.
Goliath.
Green coaster, that is Goliath. An airtime machine.
Intamin mega coaster, and that takes it for you.
It's strange that an Intamin mega coaster can actually beat a B&M for me. That is very, very strange. But, you know, with airtime like that, it's priceless. It doesn't need the theming because it's got that airtime.
Okay, so Goliath number 1. What about number 2? Second best ride of the trip.
Number 2 has to go to the B&M Invert Black Mamba.
Black Mamba, I can see why. I don't really need to ask you why with that. It's just beautiful. It's got some good force, and it's a brilliant roller coaster.
It is.
And number 3?
And number 3, it's got to be the GCI Woody Troy.
Troy, and at number 3.
Toverland, yep. I mean, that is a world-class wooden coaster. and it is a must one to ride.
I think the only thing that Toverland could do to improve that is add a bit of theming around the ride.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could criticise about that ride.
In terms of forces, that has to be one of the best wooden coasters in the world.
It's brilliant.
In terms of forces.
There you go. So what was the highlight of your trip?
The highlight of my trip for me was Sean nearly falling out the boat at Wannabe, Belgium.
On the rapids.
Absolutely priceless.
Watch the vlog back.
What back?
It's crazy. Me on the
Hilarious.
rapids, about halfway into the
And
rapids
just
clip.
how Sean's accent changes to a southern accent when he says it. Oh, I nearly fallen out of the boat then.
Dangerous that thing was. Dangerous, but I survived and I'm still here to tell the tale. Favourite part for you then of the trip?
Efteling.
Efteling.
The Efteling. Martin loves the Efteling.
There you go. Joe, top 3 rides of the trip.
This is my top 3 coasters.
Okay.
I'll name 2 more rides after that. But my top 3 coasters are number 1 is Van Helsing's Factory. I know it sounds really strange, but I love that ride. I don't know why. I don't
The
know
theme,
why. It's a Gerstlauer.
Gerstlauer.
That's not me. I don't like Gerstlauers normally, but yeah, that ride was just brilliant. I loved it.
Okay.
I wouldn't change a thing about it.
Number 2.
Number 2 is gotta be.
Trying to pretend he's not got it written on his hand.
Yeah. Psych Underground.
Psych Underground.
Another sort of underdog that, you know,
Wow.
I actually loved. I don't know why these rides aren't particularly, you know, good coasters as such, but they're just so well presented and done.
The loop as well on Psych Underground.
Yeah.
For a
Psych
Schwarzkopf.
Underground, and that loop backwards, it just does something to my insides that no other coaster ever does. I get the same sort of feeling on Revolution. It's just loops backwards feel very, very strange.
There you go.
And then number 3 is Lost Gravity.
Lost Gravity, the Wallaby Parks, and rating really high then with you, and you know.
It's nice to try out that new concept from Mac. It rides really well, and I can see them selling quite a few of those.
I hope so. The
really
future's
hope-
bright for Mac. I really think it is. They're the best manufacturer now for being innovative and actually doing stuff. So there you go. What was your best park of the trip?
Best park for me, Phantasialand.
Phantasialand.
Yeah.
And
Obviously
that's
followed by Movie Park.
due to all the theming, the atmosphere, things like that. What were the other 2 rides you were going to mention that you enjoyed?
Oh yeah, Cheer Pass.
Yeah. Brilliant flume ride from Intamin.
And there was one other. Never mind, Cheer Pass.
Pass.
Yeah.
Gorgeous ride.
Beautiful ride.
Still one of my favourite flume rides in the world.
Oh, Talican, that was the other one.
Oh, Talican, there you go. And what was your highlight of your trip?
It is Sean again when he rang the emergency helpline for the campsite because the Wi-Fi wasn't working.
This is a story what he's explaining.
Yeah.
Because basically, we haven't said this yet. We were at our campsite. As you know, I like to get the vlogs on as quick as I can for you guys, but due to Wi-Fi problems that I was having during the trip, me and Joe paid for a Wi-Fi service at a campsite that I can now reveal it's Ooststappen Vakantiepark de Burgt. Basically, I can reveal it now because we're not staying there. I didn't want fans knocking on the caravan, you know, shaking the caravan. My mugs will fall off the shelves. But yeah, basically,
Britney Spears, John. You're not Britney Spears.
I hope not. Ooststappen Vakantiepark de Burgt. Me and Joe paid for a Wi-Fi service, which was €12.50 for that service, and it didn't work after the first 3 nights, which was a shame. So anyway, I tried. The reception wasn't manned because it was off peak. Bear in mind, none of the facilities were open as well, none of the shops, you know. So anyway, I rung up some sort of line. It was all in Dutch. I didn't understand it. Anyway. And then I pressed number 3, because when you phone a call centre, you press 3 to speak to someone, don't you? It was like option 1, 2 and 3. I pressed 3, and then the guy picked up and he goes, "Hello, this is the emergency hotline. Is it an emergency?" I said, well yeah, the Wi-Fi's not working. It's an emergency to me, and it should be an emergency to them. But and that's a good way to round off this set of vlogs. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Tell them what he said. Tell them what he said on the phone.
Well,
You've got to now.
he just said it's not, like, you can't sort it.
That is not an emergency.
No,
Goodbye.
Yeah, and that is it. So I got told, but that rounds off these vlogs. Like I say, check them all out. They do all follow orders, they've been uploaded in order. So make sure you check them out. It's been great. Thanks guys for a really good trip. It's been really good. Martin's big sort of premiere on the channel. You know, you've been from one vlog to 7, one after the other, you know, so it's always been good, obviously, to have Joe in the vlogs as well. You know, it's been a fantastic trip. We've had a good laugh. The caravan has been, you know, a laugh, and we've done something very different on Theme Park Worldwide. The next foreign trip for the channel will be back to Phantasialand in under 2 weeks' time for the opening day of Klugheim and, of course, Taron and Rake, the 2 brand new coasters. From then on, we'll be going on to Europa Park a few weeks later, all leading up to our big trip of the year, which is going to be Orlando, where we're going to be riding rides such as Cobra's Curse at Busch Gardens, Mako at SeaWorld, King Kong at Universal, and it's going to be an absolutely awesome trip. That wraps up this European mega trip. We're going to carry on our wonderful little ferry back over to the UK. And thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the content, and that means it's time to cue those credits. See you later, guys. It's like it's back home, guys.